All right. We led off last week talking about the physical defense. And outside of that big play in the first quarter, there's another standout performance by the defense. Kept you guys in it until the end. Are you surprised with how your defense has stood out at all this year?
Well, I think it's what you plan. You plan to have a good defense, so that's where I think surprise is probably not necessarily the word. Excited, more of encouraged and also motivated just to say, okay, that we're playing good defense. I think in this league you've got to be able to play good defense. You've got to be able to handle of the variety of explosive offenses that are in our league. So it's one of the it's one of our priorities here to play great defense, to be able to stop the run game, to give our offense a chance, give our team a chance. And so the defense is doing that. Obviously there's a lot of improvements we still believe we need to make, and so it's just you keep growing from week to week, and that's the charge this week, is growing defense, keep going.
Coach, a big part of your offense is your running game. Central was able to slow it down. Mm-hmm. How important is it to get that back on track?
Well, it's important because you have weapons there. I think the better question is more of getting our pass game on track. There is a certain balance element to our spread offense, and our pass game was just misfiring this last game, and so we've got to be able to make the plays when the balls are there, and we've got to be able to take the opportunities that people give us in the pass game. And so while the run game, there's adjustments we're going to make, and we know it's a strength of ours. I think the game we had last week is there's just missed opportunities in the passing game that we're going to fix and continue to grow and develop that part of our offense.
And speaking of the passing game, there were times late in the game, a couple missed opportunities that could have changed the outcome. How tough is it to know how close you guys were to coming away with a different result?
Well, I think what you're seeing is that it's indicative of this whole league. The team that's going to end up becoming the league champion it's going to be the team that they made more plays, and those times you got to make it. It's not. I don't think there's a team in this league that is a guaranteed win at all. I think every team you're seeing right now, it's a dogfight to be the last man standing and having that league championship. So what we've got to do as a team is be able to make sure we take advantage of every opportunity we have to make the plays. It's going to become close, and we got to find. I know we have the guys in our barn to make the plays, and so they're going to keep working hard to practice that and to refine the elements. A razor's edge to get this thing done. So we get that. We understand that. Our players are getting it. Knowing our guys is they'll watch the tape. They'll take the corrections well, and they'll do everything they can to get their game right and keep growing this week.
Now, Coach, Central Washington, you played them twice last year. You get them 3 weeks in this year. That's 3 times in about a year that you faced them. Right. This league forces those coaching staffs to make quick adjustments. Now heading into Western Oregon, you've split with them last year. What adjustments do you want to see from your team?
Well, I think what I want to see from my team first is to do our stuff very well. I think where you look at last week's game, as you watch the whole film, there's coaching points, techniques within our scheme that guys aren't executing exactly like we've set and we believe it should be done. So this week will be about continuing to get better at what we do, adjusting to another opponent. I think Western Oregon employs a very physical defense once again this week. I think their offense seems to be, their passing game's picking up very well. They're finding their groove that way. We're going to have to discover what our strengths are and just continue to rely on them, as well as take a real critical view of ourselves when we watch film and say, well, how would you want to game plan us? What would you want to do? So a lot of, I think, the adjustments you're seeing, how you have to play each other twice and how you have to be creative and adjust those things, is that you better know yourself very well. And that's what we're on the journey of doing right now.
And there's another week of upsets in the GNAC. It's tough to say who's a favorite, who's an underdog in the conference right now. Yeah. How important is home field advantage going on the road, and how do you overcome some of those issues going on the road that just comes with the territory? Yeah,
well, I think home field advantage is there's a lot to be said for it, just because of the comfort, not having the wear and tear of traveling. But you obviously have got to play. You got to play on the road, and you got to win a league championship. You can't just be 100% at home and don't do well on the road. So you got to find ways to win on the road. So for us, knowing that Oregon, typically every time we've played up there, it's been a little bit wetter environment. The field conditions can be a bit muddy. So, but that's just football. It's on the grass. Excited to be out there. Every time we play up there, it seems to be a very good game. We're fired up, just a chance to keep playing the game. I mean, this is an amazing game to play, and we're on the road. It's a lot of fun to be on the road with this team because they're great people, and so we're looking forward to it.
And Coach, you were talking a minute ago about the adjustments you have to make in this league. What have you seen so far from Western Oregon on film, and what kind of game do you expect this week?
Well, like I said, they're a big team. I mean, big in the sense there's some really big bodies up there, so some big people. So I think what we've got to be able to do is handle their defensive line. Puts a lot of pressure on you, just their size. You've got to be able to sustain a block. I think what they do offensively is they're going to air it out, and I think that they have the people to do it. I think that's a really good strategy for them. So we've got to be able to make sure we handle that well. I think the other thing is just where we've got to be is it's got to be better than everybody in special teams, and that's the one thing we didn't do last Saturday night, which for us is a bit of we want it to be something we're known for, and we're put a lot of time and attention into it. And but unfortunately, this last game, we have penalties that call back big returns. We weren't as ready as we need to be on the first kickoff to start the game, and so it's disappointing. It's a poor reflection on us, but it's one of those things where we're going to continue to keep our eyes on us and keep getting ourselves better. I mean, everybody in this league has got to be the best team that they possibly can be. We're on that journey right now. And Western Oregon is just, once again, that's another great opponent. And every week this is a dogfight. This league, I love it. It's an amazing, tough, physical league. Man, it's great. Good football. Our guys, they get all they can handle with good football. And I think you're looking at a league that will be a national recognized league. It's like, man, it's just great football as this thing continues to develop. So we're really proud to be a part of it, and we know that part of being proud of this league is because there's such great competition. We got to be ready week in and week out.